Out of all of these seemingly hundreds of talking CG animal movies that have been made across the years, the one that always first comes to mind to me is the one and only... I don't know if anyone else remembers, but the world was obsessed with the Chipmunks back in 2007. It felt like those little shits were everywhere. And it all started from one movie, which is what we're looking at today. ALVIN and the Chipmunks. Based on the original characters from 1960 that look absolutely nothing like chipmunks. Because apparently my job is to look at early 2000s cartoon animal movies now. Fantastic. Because I couldn't shoulder this burden alone, today we're lucky to be joined by Zach... Yeah, him.
Hi, I'm Zach, a voice actor and epic gamer guy. I'm gonna be suffering through this movie with Bolt, and I too am not ready.
Within only seconds of beginning, every single one of my senses are already violently assaulted by the sounds of the Chipmunks, who are sad because they are chipmunks.
I'm sick of struggling for survival, competing with gophers and earthworms and that loser sparrow who always takes my nuts.
Please tell me I don't have to listen to that for the next hour. You know, after being so used to having them wear clothes, there is something so off-putting about seeing the Chipmunks completely naked.
I'm surprised they're even crediting the voice actors when they just pitch shift the hell out of them.
We're then introduced to our main character, Dave Seville, who is uncomfortably relatable.
Pants. I need pants. Pants are essential.
I'm pretty sure that these movies killed Jason Lee's career. I cannot recall him being in anything else other than these movies.
Yeah, he hasn't been in any movie since, probably because he peaked with ALVIN and the Chipmunks.
I haven't seen you since, well, since you said you never wanted to see me again. What a fun day that was.
Dave works for the record company Jet Records as a songwriter, where he begins his day by prepping to pitch a new song. It also happens to be the place where the Chipmunks are.
Dave!
Ah, there he is!
You ever seen the view from the 80th floor?
No, they never let me pass the lobby.
What?
Okay, he's a total dickhead, but Ian is the best character in all these movies.
Hey, back off, man. This is Dave Seville.
It's so good. Ian takes Dave into his office to demo his new song, which I'd say goes pretty well.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch.
Let's talk about your song, Dave.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, the original inspiration came to me...
Song sucks, Dave.
What?
Dave, it's awful. My ears are bleeding and my day is ruined.
As you can see, the two of them are very good friends.
So I'm going to tell you that there is no sense in writing songs that no one is ever going to sing.
Ever?
And everyone outside the office suddenly hates him now, having somehow heard what just happened.
How the hell did she know that Dave was gonna reach for a muffin? I guess her muffin senses were tingling.
I was so invested in Dave's tragic story that I almost forgot about the Chipmunks, who managed to escape in a basket that just so happened to be held by Dave. And knowing the direction this movie was about to take, he puts them right in the most fitting place. Anyway, Dave seems to be handling his day well.
This hurts me way too much. That's like thousands of dollars worth of music equipment. Like, he just threw it into his yard. If I was his neighbor, honestly, I would just go over there and take it.
Not quite sure what he thinks throwing it directly into his front yard is going to accomplish, but you go, Dave.
Did I put these here?
You can tell how confident Dave is in himself when he sees this massive mess of food in his kitchen and is just like, yeah, that was probably me. Eventually, though, he does begin to suspect that something is amiss. What did we last? 14 minutes until we got a fart joke? That's gotta be a new record.
Ha! Fart funny.
I also like that it hasn't taken very long for the Chipmunks to make an attempt on Dave's life. After he wakes up, they can get properly introduced to one another, where Dave takes the news of a bunch of talking chipmunks breaking into his home
Are you alright?
reasonably well.
Hello, I'm Simon, the smart one. He's ALVIN, the awesomest one. And I'm Theodore.
Nice to meet you. Get the fuck out of my house.
It's never explained why they can talk, but that's probably for the best. Knowing this movie, the explanation would have been a magic songbook or some shit.
How do you know my name?
We read your mail by accident.
That's illegal.
The Chipmunks are now convicted felons.
Dave, do all humans have houses that smell like sweat socks?
Oh my god, their voices are so annoying!
Whoa!
So how do the Chipmunks convince Dave to let them back in the house? Well, they sing, of course. Oh my god, please stop!
I don't know. Seems like Dave's pretty into it. Dude, everyone's gonna believe me when I tell them that these chipmunks were singing outside of my house. I'm not crazy.
You guys sing my songs, you get to sleep here.
Didn't want to let them in until he sensed a money-making opportunity. That's our Dave Seville.
Have you ever written a song before?
Yep.
And is that your music stuff outside?
Shit!
So Dave agrees to let them stay with him on the condition that he has someone to sing his music. Although the fact that they're already so knowledgeable about human culture and how to manipulate them really begs the question of how many other people they've done this to.
Simon, this landed right in front of you. You didn't see it?
I like how Dave just takes these glasses off of the Santa doll, assuming that they'll help, and, well, what do you know? They happen to be the perfect prescription for Simon.
This kicks a hamster wheel's butt.
Ah, yes, the birth of a fantastic running gag. With a genius new idea in mind, Dave marches right back to Ian to show off his newfound discovery, after shoving them in a crate.
I've got something for you. It's your next big thing.
Dave, this better not be a bomb.
I've never seen that much fear in anyone's face before. How long were they in that box, Dave?
Dave, I'm going to pretend that I have a lunch to go to. Oops, I've got a lunch to go to.
I gotta remember to use that one in my day-to-day life.
Turns out Dave has another job at an advertising agency, but even this is ruined by the Chipmunks, which could have been avoided had he not answered his phone in the middle of a meeting, but alright.
Mom, sorry.
Quick question. How do you feel about an indoor pool?
If you flood my house, you're dead. Out on the street, capiche?
Moms, am I right? But funny.
Look how hurt by this that woman is. This is the most offensive thing she's seen in her life.
We told you we colored.
On my presentation boards, you got me fired.
God, I hate these fucking Chipmunks.
It's a raisin, Dave.
Prove it.
Did he just put shit in his mouth?
Yeah!
Alvin!
You owe me big time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
How in the absolute hell is Alvin not dead from inhaling all of that steam? Like, how is he not melting alive? Like, I opened my dishwasher for a second, and my fingers burn, and I'm like, oh god! Soap!
If I made a list of my worst days ever, guess what? Today would be at the top of the list.
As if Dave wasn't having a shitty enough day, now he's got the girl from earlier coming over for dinner, and so has to clean up the catastrophic mess the Chipmunks caused.
I guess I'm just a little nervous about coming over for dinner.
Fuck!
Of course, when she finally arrives, the Chipmunks take it upon themselves to once again worsen the situation.
Why am I having a hard time believing you?
That hurts, Dave.
I know we've done nothing but fuck up your life so far, but that hurts, Dave.
The trio screw with every switch they can find, causing Dave to have to come up with such genius excuses as
The wiring in my unit is shot.
Just two friends, having dinner, hanging out. No pressure, nothing weird.
Oh, baby.
Sorry, I think you accidentally set off my Alexa. Your what?
eventually Dave has to step in to put a stop to the furry menaces.
Check.
Where's Al? Ow!
Fuck! God damn it, get off me! I regret letting you into my house!
Finally, he admits defeat and has to come clean to her about what the hell is going on.
My life is being sabotaged by talking chipmunks.
Yeah, and she just instantly leaves.
Honestly, that's a reasonable response.
So after the ruckus they were responsible for, Dave decides maybe it's time to get rid of them.
You should go back to your real home in the forest. It's what's best for all of us.
Gotta say, he's being surprisingly calm about this whole thing, considering they've effectively ruined his entire life in a day.
But then they let themselves out anyway, so I guess that saves Dave some time. They instead run over to Ian's house and immediately break into song, generously assuming that he won't freak out at the sight of singing chipmunks.
Oh god, make it stop!
They return to Dave the following morning after catching a cab there and back, don't question it. And as they shop, he discovers that Ian had a very productive night.
Well, in case you didn't notice, I don't have a job
You're telling me Jet Records got that song recorded, mixed, and distributed for radio all in one night? Sure.
Hey, put some clothes on those guys, though. It's kind of embarrassing.
At least someone gets it. And just like that, they're overnight celebrities just from one incredibly aggravating song. Seriously, how does anyone listen to this? It hurts my brain. Finally, they're covering up their disgusting chipmunk bodies. This was the producers after coming up with the idea of doing a movie about singing chipmunks. And immediately after that minute-long montage, things seem to be looking very much up for Dave.
In fact, now it's even Christmas.
The Chipmunks are keen to look at Dave as a father figure, but he's not quite ready for any form of commitment just yet.
That's what friends do.
Is he dad zoning them? They all give Dave something thoughtful that they made just for him, and in return he gives them...
I can't wait to open my first envelope.
They're savings bonds.
Jesus Christ, Dave, you fucking suck.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hell yeah, now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Ian, just barge in, why don't you? Why wasn't the door locked?
We're then treated to scenes of the Chipmunks on tour, butchering even more famous songs.
You know, this has got me thinking. Where the hell is my Alvin and the Chipmunks fan cam?
See, you love it. It's Spanish.
Ah, Ian, I love you.
We got to expand the Monks fan base.
The Monks. Alvin and the Monks. Ian's wanting to expand the Chipmunks' fame more so he can make even more money, while Dave wants to treat them more like kids, so Ian has to do what he does best.
Okay, whatever. My point is, just because you're
Major rock stars.
I feel like this joke would have been funnier if they suddenly sounded normal, since their voices are already pitched up.
and now you're
Major rock stars.
Okay, never mind, that's much worse.
well, if you love Uncle Ian so much and you don't think I'm watching out for you, why don't you go live with Uncle Ian?
So then they go live with Uncle Ian.
I do have one rule. That there are no rules.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna regret saying this, but I have decided there are no rules.
Unsurprisingly, all of this touring and partying and getting wasted is tiring the Chipmunks out. And as it turns out, Ian doesn't really care and is kind of a bit of a dick.
What do you do?
Choreography?
I don't know what choreography is.
Ian, if you don't know what a choreographer is, you probably shouldn't be a music producer.
So now the Chipmunks are sad because they miss being able to test Dave's endless patience.
Luckily for them, Dave comes to their rescue mid-show because, well, he's just that good of a dad.
Dave Seville?
No, there's no Dave Seville in this list.
You know what? That's fine. I'm the editor of the LA Music Journal.
No, I don't think
Hey,
so.
back off, man. This is Dave Seville.
What are you doing?
Oh god! Now that the Chipmunks have noticed Dave, they sabotage their own show and start harassing all of the background singers and dancers who are just trying to do their jobs, and then they're reunited while Ian gets stuck with the horrific toy versions.
Did Dave just stop in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
You came back for us.
Of course I came back. We're a family. ALVIN!
There's also a post-credit scene where Ian tries to get these chipmunks to sing for him, and they look like what would have happened if the designer of the original Sonic movie design had been involved making this film.
Thank god that's finally over. I don't know how much longer I could have put up with their stupid fucking voices.
There's also 3 other movies, The Squeakquel, Chipwrecked, and The Road Chip. Yeah, the puns just get worse every time.
Which introduced the Chipettes, which are literally just the Chipmunks, but girls.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but they use the same render of the Chipmunks in every poster for all 4 movies. Just put them all there on the poster and change their clothes and you're fine.
Just one last question remains though. If it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, then what the hell is Alvin? Thank you so much to ZACHxFULLER for joining me this time round. Be sure to check out his channel and give him some love. He makes amazing gaming content that I know some of you guys will love.
Thank you for having me on, Bolt. I really do appreciate it. I make quote-unquote funny content on my YouTube channel, and I often stream gaming stuff on my Twitch. So if you'd like, subscribe to my channel, or hey, maybe hop in a Twitch stream sometime. I had a blast, as much of a blast that you can have watching this movie.
And thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video enough, we might take a look at one of the Squeakquels, but that's only if I can trick Zach into joining me again, which, believe me, was not very easy. See you all next time.